Ma stared at him unbelievably. It was as if the man was fooling her deliberately. That, or fate was calling a tune for them to dance, willingly or not, she thought momentarily. Hello, she smiled coolly. How may I help you? She asked in a businesslike manner. I need a tuxedo. Okay, but how did you know I work here? I could have been a customer. She saw the man smile broadly knowingly. I have learned to trust my instincts, and it rarely fails me. Mama was held spellbound by his smile. Very well then, I will just drop these, she said, gesturing at the bags she was carrying. He watched her walk away, admiring the sway of her hips. She opened the door and he caught a glimpse of Phyllis, and before he knew what he was doing, he followed her. He was going to find out who he was to her. Mama walked briskly back to Phyllis's office, all the time aware that the man was watching her every movement, making her nervous and conscious. She was thankful when she got to Phyllis's office. She opened the door and found Phyllis and his wife in each other's arms. Oh, don't mind me. You can go ahead and kiss. She smiled at them, going over to the table to drop her bags. Did you decide against taking those home? Phyllis asked. No, I didn't, but someone needs my help to choose a tuxedo. Some customer with good taste, Tessie commented. I'll give you 3 guesses, Mama said to Phyllis. Right now, my mind is too muddled up to think straight, Phyllis said. Mama laughed. If she was ever going to get married, she would make sure the man loved her like Phyllis did Tessie. The couple only had to look at each other to want to be in each other's arms, even years after marriage. Okay, I will help you out. The gentleman who was standing around this morning, she laughed. Run along and help him. I hope he buys this time. I wonder why you are in such a hurry to see me leave this room, Mama said knowingly. Would you please get out of here so I can kiss my husband? Tessie said, smiling. Mama laughed and started towards the door. As she opened it and stepped out, she bumped into the stranger. Hastily, she closed the door. This way, she smiled. Uche felt a little relief because it seemed as if the man already had a significant order. What type exactly do you have in mind? Mama asked in a business tone. It is my sister's engagement party. She wants everything formal, he explained. Mama smiled, walked to the rack and pushed through the suits. She brought out a jacket, which she was sure was going to do magic on his complexion. This, I believe, will work magic on your body, she told him, extracting the jacket from the rack. Without shame and to Mama's embarrassment, the man began to remove his jacket. We have a changing room, you know, she told him mockingly. I know, he smiled. I wasn't going to remove everything and stand natural in front of you. Only the jacket. I need a second opinion. Besides, this place is hidden from the rest of the room, he explained. There is a mirror in the changing room. You can always change there and come out in it for my opinion, she told him exasperated. Before she could finish what she was saying, the jacket was off. His fitted shirt clung to his muscular chest, assaulting her senses. Knowing that people could come upon them, she dragged him and marched towards the changing room. In her hurry to get the man inside the room, she found herself inside with him. She tried to leave, but the infuriating man caught hold of her arm. Uche smiled as he held her. He had accomplished what he had set out to do, rattling her. Then he felt a jolt of electricity he didn't expect. That shocked him into releasing her, and he stared at her astonished. Mama staggered out of the room. The man was stark, raving mad. She thought restlessly as she waited for him to come out. But he's so big, she exclaimed inwardly, with a tempting, well-toned body. She looked around for something else to occupy her mind with. Then she realized how quite closeted they were from the others in the boutique. The room was L-shaped, and they were at the tail end of it. The huge pillar at the center of the room didn't help matters. She wondered what was delaying him. She had a mind of going to find out, but stopped, shocked at how her body reacted with excitement. She looked at herself like she was seeing herself for the first time. She didn't know she was capable of such wicked thoughts. She saw him coming out and waited for him with a plastic smile on her face. So, she raised an eyebrow at him. "It's okay. I don't have to steal the shine from my friend." "You are going to, even without trying," she said silently. "Is there some other thing you want?" She smiled sweetly, the businesswoman again. "We have very nice silk business suits. I'm sure they will look good on you." "Actually, there's one thing I need to be completely ready tonight," he stated. She watched him nervously. "I need a date," he said firmly. Ma was caught off guard and speechless. "A date?" "Yes, I was given an ultimatum to bring a new date tonight." "I'm sure that won't be a problem." "Check your phone book," she laughed. "I don't have names of women I could go out with anytime in my phone book," he said. "Well, I don't think I can help you," she said. Then it dawned on her that this could be his way of asking her out. "Oh, I think you can. I'm asking you to be my date tonight." Mma wasn't shocked. The shocking part was how she felt about it. She was trying to calm down her jumping heart that had already said yes. She had to scold herself before she could answer him. "Sorry, I can't possibly accept. I'm sure finding a date won't pose a big problem for you," she said. "Getting a date is not a problem for me." "I can imagine," she said silently, not with a face and a body like that. "But the girl I want to be with tonight is you," he said charmingly. His play on words were not lost on her, yet they sent delicious chills down her spine. Taking a deep breath, she pulled herself together and stared at him. "I'm sorry to disappoint you again, but I can't go out with you," she said firmly, but to her own acute disappointment. "You have other plans already?" he asked. "Yes, I do," she answered dismissively, walking away. He caught her hands and turned her to face him. "Cancel it. He's not worth it." She became quite upset at his audacity. She was trying desperately to hold on to her temper, and she was failing miserably. "What makes you think that? Or just because most women would give their right hand to go out with you doesn't mean this woman would. And for information, Ken is worth 100 times more than you do," Mma said heatedly. "Then why are you scared? Are you afraid that some hours in my company would make you see how much he's lacking?" he asked calmly. "You are impossible. I'm not going anywhere with you. Just get that into your brain. Accompanying me to the party is for your own good. It would give you connections you won't get in a decade." "Just who do you think you are?" Mma asked icily. "Uche Okoha," he said with pride and arrogance. Okoha? She thought, shocked. Why would any Okoha be wearing Mma? Where were their Manis and Valentinos of this world? "I am not going anywhere with you, Okoha or not. I have a trailer load of work to do at home," she said firmly. "Being busy is not an excuse for missing a good opportunity," he said. "I'll pick you up by 8 o'clock, prompt, no African time," he said, patting her shoulder. He was gone before she could tell him again that she was not going anywhere with him. She started walking back to Phyllis's office, feeling incompetent. She opened Phyllis's office and found him alone. "I was beginning to think you gave him a tour of the boutique instead," he joked. The man turned out to be an enigma. He was very difficult. She waved it aside. "You look unwell. Did he upset you?" Phyllis asked. "He is Uche Okoha, and I'm wondering why he decided to shop at Mma." "You have to give yourself some credit. Mma is very reputable and possibly the best in the country." "He asked me to accompany him to his sister's engagement party," Mma pointed out. "Wow, that is an opportunity, you know. His mother owns one of the best boutiques around. You could get an introduction." "I wasn't thinking of going. I have a lot of work to do." "You have thought of ways to expand Mma. This is it. And who knows how many of the guests that might start shopping here," Phyllis admonished. "Well, it's an opportunity, I agree, but..." She didn't finish it. But there was something about the man that made her want to turn tails and run for her dear life, or in this case, her dear heart. "I'll think about it though," she added. "There is nothing to think about. This is an opportunity we cannot pass by. Unless it's the man you are accompanying that is bothering you." Mma hastily denied the man was bothering her. Knowing Phyllis, he would be adding 2 and 2 and getting 5. "Wear something breathtaking. It will do the magic even if no one introduces you," Phyllis advised, laughing. She beamed at him as she closed the door.
In the still of the night, I think of you. My heart beats with every thought of you. You're the one I can't let go. In your arms I find my home. Love, sweet love, it's you I'm dreaming